Hello, let's try to find out difference between latency and response time. This is one of most confusing question over internet. So when we look, they both look like same as latency and response time. They both are similar only, but however there is a difference between these two, and today we will try to cover that difference in this video. So if you look over internet, you will find out that latency is the time which request takes time to travel over internet, and response time is kind of latency plus the server time, how much server takes in processing. That time would be called as response time. So which is partially correct, but let's try to elaborate this thing. So when we look at the response time is the time which client sees. So suppose client, if you have requested a photo over Facebook, and by the time you get that photo, that would be called as response time, and it will include time to get to the CDN, get to the edge node, and if they are using any message queues and all those things, time till the time your request is there in that queue, and even the network delay, those times accumulated together, it will be called as response time. And when we look at the latency is the time taken by the request which is waiting for being processed. So during this time it is latent, no action is happening on the your request, that will be called as latency. So latency can be of several reasons. One can be that time taken to travel over internet. Suppose some context switching is happening, your request is waiting in some background, and there might be the chance that network loss has happened, it is doing some retry and all those things, or even a garbage collection pause has happened as the exact time when your request has reached, that time also your request is latent. A page fault has happened, for that time it will try to read data from the disk as it's not available in memory, and there might be some issues or some sock has happened in your server and it's not working well. So all of these will be accounting to latency. So if you see a normal request where you are a client and you are requesting for to the load balancer, your server is processing some context switch, garbage collection pause, all these things are happening, then again server processing, and then your request is returned to you. So all the network travels, if you can see, these are covered as latency. All the context switch, garbage collection and pause and all those things are covered as latency. But overall time whatever required to get your request, it will be treated as response time. So now let's try to conclude this. Conclusion would be, any extra time added when your request is not being processed and it is latent, it will be called as latency, and the overall time which client sees during which his or her request is being processed, that will be called as response time.